Welcome to a lecture series on linear algebra. In this lecture, we are going to see the concepts of linear combination and span. Let us start with linear combination. Okay. To say what do we mean by a linear combination, let us take some vectors. Let us take some vectors in the vector space VRF. Okay. So these are vectors, which means these entries are taken from V. Here with this, I am going to form some expression of this form. Here you can see I have these alpha 1, alpha 2, right? This alpha 1, alpha 2, all these are taken from the field F. So these alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n are scalars. So with the scalars, and we have some vectors, right? So for each vector, I am multiplying some scalar and I am making the sum. So this is known as a linear combination, right? So with this linear combination, what are the things that we can play? We can form something called linear span. Okay. To state what do we mean by a linear span, let us take a set Vn. So if we have a set Vn, we can make the linear combination of vectors in S. Okay. So if you range this over F, which means you fix a set S, okay, you can vary the scalars, which so you are going to get a several collection of expressions of this form. This results in a single vector. So the collection of all those vectors we denote it by linear span of S, right? So let us see few examples that will give you the idea of what linear spans are, right? Let us start with V to be R3 over R. Okay. Let me take my S to be 1, 0, 0 and S for okay, these two. This is my V1 and V2, right? So here let me collect, let this be V1 and V2. Say alpha V1 plus beta V2, it is going to be alpha times of 1, 0, 0 plus beta times of 1, 1, 0, right? When you make the scalar multiplication, when you have something of this form, first perform scalar multiplication, you will get alpha 0, 0 plus beta comma 0. Here you have to note that you are taking this alpha and beta are from reals, right? So when you add these things, you will get alpha plus beta comma 0. Okay. Now, can you say something about this alpha plus beta and beta? This beta is a real quantity, right? Alpha is some real quantity. When you add beta to it, so you are going to get, this is also some real quantity, and the third quantity is 0. So this is going to be, you don't have any like this may be something you don't know what alpha is. Okay. With the beta, you cannot generalize this alpha plus beta. Based on the value of alpha and beta only, this is going to get decided. So you are going to get something of this form where x and y are real numbers, right? So with this, okay, this is giving you some elements of this form. When you vary alpha and beta over the set of real numbers, you are going to get this set. So this is the linear span of this one, right? Let us see a few more examples in many other spaces. Let us take V of F to be the set of all matrices over real matrices. Let us consider S to be the 1, 0, 0, 1 and 0, minus 1, 1, 0. Let us let this be by sorry, here in particular I have taken M2 of R and this is my set S. Now I am trying to find out my L of S. L of S is going to consist the elements of this form. Let me name this to be A and B. So alpha A plus beta B, where alpha and beta are taken from real entries. What is alpha A plus beta B? It is going to be alpha times of 1001 plus beta times of 0 minus 1 1 0. Right? It is alpha 0 0 alpha plus 0 minus beta beta 0, and when you make the sum you will get alpha plus 0 0 minus beta 0 plus beta, this is alpha. Right? So whatever may be the value of alpha, that is going to be present in these two entries. This beta value is going to be present in this entries. So your L of S is simply alpha minus beta beta alpha, where alpha and beta ranges over R. We can write like this also. Usually we write X and Y. So if we change to that notation, we will have something of this form. Anyway, what we are denoting is these two entries has to be same. This entry has to be the negative of this entry. That's it. Okay. In the same, let us add one more. Okay. Let me add C2. Now let us see what is happening in the linear span. L of S is going to be alpha times A plus beta times B plus gamma times C, where alpha, beta, gamma are real entries. So alpha times of 1001 plus beta times of 0 minus 1 1 0 plus gamma times of 1 1 0 0, and this is going to be alpha 0 0 alpha plus 0 minus beta beta 0 plus gamma gamma 0 0. You can see it is going to be alpha plus 0 plus gamma. So let me write that as simply alpha plus gamma. This is 0 minus beta minus gamma. So minus beta plus gamma. Here it is going to be beta alone. Alpha plus 0 plus 0. Right? Here the alpha and beta values can be chosen independently. And you see, when we choose these two things, this will appear here. Based on the value of gamma, these two values will be altered. Do we have anything in common like we had before? If so, we can do it. If not, let us simply write this to be the linear span. Right? Okay. Let us go for another space and try to find out what is happening in that space. We have seen the matrices, we have seen R3 of R, and what can we see? Let us go to functions. Okay, let V of F be the set of polynomials of degree less than or equals 6. Let S to be the, here I am going to take some elements in this V, right? 1 plus x square and 5 plus x square plus x power 5 plus x power 6 and x cube plus x power 5. Okay, let me take 7x cube, no issues. Okay, this is my S. Now I need to find out what is my L of S. So it is going, suppose if I take this one as P1, this is P2 and this is P3, my L of S is going to be alpha P1 plus beta P2 plus gamma P3, where this alpha, beta, gamma are real. Because I am considering the set of all polynomials of degree less than or equal 6 over R. Okay, so what is alpha P1 plus beta P2 plus gamma P3? It is alpha times of 1 plus x squared plus beta times of 5 plus x square plus x power 5 plus x power 6 plus gamma times of 7x cube plus x power 5. So first let me collect the constant terms. It is alpha plus 5 beta. Right? Next let me collect x terms. It is alpha x. Okay. Next x square terms. It is alpha plus beta x square. Next x cube terms. It is 7 gamma x cube. X power 4 terms we don't have. Then x power 5 terms is going to be beta plus gamma x power 5 and beta x power 6. Do they have anything in common? Are there any repetitions? No, right? So here you can see that power 4 term is missing. Hence you can combine this as the collection of polynomials of this form: a0 plus a1x plus a2x square, a3x cube, a power 5 x power 5 plus a power 6 x power 6, where a0, a1, a2, a3, a power 5, a5, a6 are real entries. This is going to be my linear span, right? Suppose, yeah, okay, let us go for another space too. Here let me take my V of f to be z7 cross z7 cross z7 over z7. So I am considering in finite set. Let S to be the 1 1 1 0 0 1 2 3 5. Right? So here what is going to be my L of S? So if I take this one as U, V and W, this is going to be alpha U plus beta V plus gamma W, where alpha, beta, gamma are the entries taken from Z7. Right? So it is alpha times of 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus beta times of 0 plus 0 0 1 plus gamma times of 2 3 5, where these are taken from Z7. So when I make scalar multiplication and make the addition, I will get alpha plus 2 gamma, alpha plus 3 gamma, alpha plus beta plus 5 gamma, and where these entries are taken from Z7. So this is my linear span, right? So finally let us see one example. Let us come back to what R3 of R. Okay, let me take my S to be 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Right? Let me take this one. My L of S is going to be what? Alpha times of 1 0 0 plus beta times of 0 1 0 plus gamma times of 0 0 1, where these entries are real values, right? So it is going to be like what? Alpha 0 0 plus 0 beta 0 plus 0 0 gamma, where these are real entries, right? So when I make the vector addition, what I am getting is this one. So these three entries has to be real quantities. That is my entire thing, right? So I don't have any other restriction, which means what? This is my entire R3 of R. Here what am I getting? L of S is R3 of R. So when this condition is there, then we say this S spans V. So the entire elements of this V can be written as a linear combination of the elements in S, right? So with this we are ending this lecture, and with these ideas and these linear combinations and spans, we are going to see few more definitions and problems in the upcoming lectures. If you have any queries, you can post it in the comment section. That will be clarified within 24 hours of time. Thank you.